activity.
Hey, just the person I want to see.
Mother's favorite words. What do you want?
I'd like the keys to your cabin, if that's okay. I want to take Cassie up there for a little R&R.
Absolutely. You know where they are. Help yourself.
Thanks.
Todd.
That's me.
I'm out of here.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Friendly guy.
He can be at times. What can I do for you?
I want to read that book that Sloan wrote about my old man.
The Lord of the Bank.
Yeah, that's the one. I want to borrow a copy. You got one, right?
Now, wait a minute, wait a minute. I'll ask you a question. Now, why do you want it?
Oh, that big enough for you? Oh, this is definitely not what I had in mind. None of it. You know where Mommy Thea was a year ago? New York City. In a big law firm. Working my way up from junior associate to, who knows where. Now I'm a wife and mommy. Oh. Because your daddy, he paid me $5 million to, add that to my resume. Which is fine. Never being poor again was priority numero uno. But the weirdest part of all is, I want this to be a real family. I know we're nowhere near that yet, but, I'm trying my best. I really am. And when I'm sure about what I want, I usually get it. Come on. Meanwhile, let's take these pumpkins home to Daddy, okay? Here we go.
Hello? Well, you on board?
Max, what are you waiting for? What if it finds you? We are going.
Oh, relax, okay?
Would you just untie the bow and go,
It's a yacht,
please?
Blair, not a boat. Think big, all right?
I'm thinking disaster if you just don't get out of here.
Aye, okay, I'm out of here.
Thank you. God.
Oh, hey, almost forgot. Here you
What?
go. Big Easy Trio, down from New Orleans. He's real hot on this thing. It'll be a good tool for you.
Oh, as if I needed one?
What?
Just a minute. Would you go?
Yeah, you're right. You are still pretty sharp. Maybe we can get together a little later and maybe work on that edge a little bit, huh?
You can dream on. You were Ian's stand-in tonight. I'm saving all my best stuff for the star of the show.
Oh, gee, I almost feel sorry for the poor sap. But then again, I don't. At least he's going to have one heck of a smile on his face right before the act starts.
Go, please.
Laugh?
Yeah.
Laugh?
Ian. I'm so glad you're here. Oh. It's easy up me.
It's all right, we'll clean it up. It's not a problem.
I got it. It's okay.
What game were you referring to?
It was something that...
Something that has no bearing on anything.
I'll go get something in the kitchen to clean this up.
Thank you. Oh, I feel so stupid.
No, don't. Sometimes things like this just happen.
Well, if that's the case, with what that china cost, maybe I better start taking my tea in a plastic mug.
It was an accident.
Mother, you were upset.
I wasn't upset.
There's no shame in being a little jumpy. I'd be worried if you weren't.
No, what are you getting at?
You haven't spent time with your sister in how many years? I mean, a reunion like this is bound to be emotionally charged, honey.
It isn't. Is everybody forgetting that it was my idea to invite Melinda to Landview? Remember?
Mother, what was the game?
Well, I really can scarcely recall.
Well, Melinda seems to have a pretty clear memory of it.
It was just, I don't know, a silly pastime. One of 1,000 different games that children invent. I wonder where Melinda is. I hope she didn't lose her way to the kitchen. Excuse me.
Well, that was weird.
Your aunt has a lot on her mind.
Now, my mother always has a lot on her mind. Just want to find out what game she's playing now.
Dorian is playing something called Let's Keep Melinda Quiet. And in no way is it a game.
And I was really looking forward to having my mother's life be that open book that she swore it would be from now on. And along comes the latest family secret, the game.
Well, I can find out what it is.
How?
I'll ask my mother as soon as I can get her alone.
Well, good luck with that. One-on-ones with Melinda seem to be on top of Dorian's no-can-do list these days.
Well, she can't keep me away from my mother forever.
Well, if you do have a chance to have a conversation with her, be careful. Remember what happened when I asked Addie about her childhood.
I understand, but she's in better condition than Addie. And the medication that she's on is really keeping her together. She would have told us if Dorian hadn't stopped.
No. Cassie's point is well taken. Go slow. I mean, just let things happen as they will.
Good luck.
Where are you off to?
Kevin and I have a weekend planned in the mountains, and at this point, a weekend at Statesville would be better than hanging out here any longer with my mother. I will say goodbye to she and Melinda on my way out. Goodbye.
You, on the other hand, seem to be thriving in close proximity to Melinda.
Yeah, it's going well for both of us, having a mother again. Although, very bizarre.
Yeah, but it's wonderful, too. I mean, most daughters, when their mother is gone, she's gone forever. You're in a state of grace. Cherish it while you can.
I will. Listen.
Huh?
How's your daughter?
Oh, she's in pretty good form.
What's going on with her and Joey?
I'm not sure there's anything going on. Why? Are you still on the Joey beat?
Well, he stopped by here earlier. Not that I was going to let him get to me.
But he did, anyway.
Hey, guess who I am going out with for an official date tonight?
Tall guy, long hair.
Ian.
You look a little flushed.
I'm just, I don't know, just a little nervous tonight. It's a big night for me, very, very important. But I know everything is just going to work out perfectly because you are here now. Could I take your coat?
Oh, yes.
Good.
I think I would be a little uneasy if I were entertaining a clutch of big shots on a yacht like this without the benefit of a captain, crew, or so much as a waiter to pour the bubbly.
Well, the whole point is to make it an intimate affair. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think that's probably what old Guy had in mind that last night on his yacht. Unfortunately, his plans all went up in smoke, and he along with them. Not that you have anything explosive on your agenda.
It's been a long time since you smiled at me. It's nice to see.
Well, I hope your guests are here soon. As I told you earlier, I'm on rather a tight schedule this evening.
Oh, I'm sure that you are, but, they'll be here. But in the meantime, I was hoping that you could, teach me a few things.
Well, that depends on the subject.
How many subjects do you know well enough to instruct in?
A few.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's start with boats, shall we? Because I don't know, as I told you, anything about them. And I really, really need to impress these people in New York.
Okay. All right. Right side is the starboard side. The left side is the port side. The back is the stern, and the front is the bow.
Okay. And, what is the name of the kitchen?
Kitchen is called the galley.
The galley.
Yes. And the bathroom is known as the head.
All right. And if I wanted to make some snappy remark to the captain, what would I say?
Well, you would actually need a captain.
You're so funny.
What was that?
Oh, that noise, I'm sure it was nothing.
No, it sounded like the hawser being thrown up on the deck.
The what?
The hawser, it's a line that tethers the ship to the dock. Are you sure you don't have any crew on board? I can feel it. I think we're moving.
Really? I love cruises.
Why do I want to borrow a book? I was thinking maybe it's time I taught myself to read.
Why? You published The Sun. You don't need to be able to read for that. Besides, you have a copy of the book.
Yeah, well, I lost it when I died in Ireland. Along with everything else I had.
Well, let me try and figure this out now. Let's see. There are a number of very good bookstores in Landview, not to mention a library. Not that I begrudge lending you the book. It's whatever must be behind the request I'm a little suspicious of. Obviously, you want me to know that there's something in the book that you want to know. Why don't you just tell me, and then we can dispense with all of this?
I am shocked and I am hurt that my own sister would automatically think the worst of me. Okay. Well, maybe I just want to find out more about my old man. Okay, or maybe, what made him such a great newspaper man, tear a page from his book.
I get it. I get it. This is a very thinly veiled warning that you are going to follow in Father's footsteps, learn everything you can about the newspaper business, and then proceed to ruin the Banner altogether.
Yeah, basically. So you're going to give me the book?
Sure. I will lend you the book. Just remember, it doesn't tell the whole story.
Whole story? Yeah.
I need you. Right now. You stupid hunk of steaming junk! I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Star's asleep back there?
Lucky her.
What's going on here?
Oh, it's probably the carburetor, something like that.
When was the last time you put gas in this thing?
Oh, I don't believe it. How could I be such a dingbat, such a cliche, the dingbat housewife who runs out of gas? But I have an excuse. I was born and raised in Manhattan. I hate cars and the country wildlife. And this quiet is totally unnerving.
How come you took a ride in the country to begin with, then?
To pick pumpkins with Star. It's what normal families do.
Yeah?
Yeah. Think. I don't have much history with normal family experiences, but I've heard of kids and parents doing all kinds of things, just for fun. Trips to the mountains, vacations at the beach, theme parks, halls of fame, stuff that we ought to be doing, Todd.
For fun?
Yes, for Star. Or are you so busy building an impregnable wall around your daughter that you have no time to spend with her? What?
Get Star out of the car seat, and we'll just leave this sheep here. Let's get going. I think I just had an amazingly normal idea.
And this is the hawser, which was indeed cast off while we were down below. Hello? Is there anyone there? Well, there goes my idea of throwing a line to someone on shore.
Ian, how could this have happened?
I don't know. Some twit must have noticed there was no crew on board and thought, oh, what fun. Why don't we cast her adrift? Bloody fools.
Well, we're not in any danger, are we?
No. I'll just run up to the bridge, turn the engines over, and then call the harbor master. I suppose to some people this is a joke, but to me it's a bloody nuisance.
Oh.
Last call.
keys. You know, car, home, roadies, everything.
Are you sure?
Believe me, a guy knows these kind of things. He loses the keys. Look, it must have happened while we were playing around in the cabin or something. I can't find him.
Well, what are you going to do? You're going to jump overboard and what?
If I have to, yeah, or either that or I'll get a dinghy or swim. Who cares? The thing is, I need to get the keys so I can get over to Rhodey's fast, okay? That's it, stall it.
How?
However you can, I don't care. Just don't let him near this cabin, okay? Until I find my keys.
This is no impromptu gag. Something very strange going on here.
Okay, I have a brilliant idea, so listen up because I don't get many of these. Kelly's gone off on a date. Blair has gone off to wherever Blair goes off to. How about if I take the two of you out to dinner?
Tonight?
Yeah, it's still early. We could celebrate your visit to Landview in high style. I've been thrilled in the company of one Kramer's sister. Two would be a double whammy.
It's very kind of you. I'm not ready to be in a crowd. You two go.
Oh, no, and leave you home alone. No. Please, come, Melinda.
After living so many years under supervision, solitude would be a luxury. Please go.
It just wouldn't feel right.
Ever the protector. All right, so be it. I'll call you later. All right. Good night, Melinda.
Goodbye, Mel. I make you nervous, don't I?
No, of course not.
But you watch me so carefully. You're afraid I might say or do something wrong?
Melinda, I'm afraid you're imagining things.
Not a half an hour ago, I mentioned the game, and you wouldn't let me discuss it.
Because there is nothing to discuss.
There is. It came up constantly in my therapy, and I'm still not clear as to why you insisted on playing it over and over, time and time again. Why did you do that, Dorian?
I don't know if it's because Mel just mentioned dinner, but I am suddenly famished. How about you?
Please answer me.
I will, Melinda. I will talk about that or any other subject that you want to dive into as soon as you are really settled in here. Would you please not mention anything to the girls? Don't say a word, because they tend to take even the tiniest hint of information and turn it into the most Byzantine scenario. Now then, how about some pasta and salad? I've become quite self-sufficient in the kitchen, what with help so hard to find. Oh, excuse me. Hello. Oh, yes. Let me put you on hold for just a moment. It's Melidor business. I'm going to take it in the study. I'll be right back.
Look at my beautiful daughter. Oh, Kelly, come sit. I have been wanting so long to just have a moment with you to myself. Thank goodness I finally have it. It's Dorian I'm concerned about. Was it really her idea for me to come and visit?
Yes, no question.
Then why does she hover over me every single minute, terrified that the world is going to end if I say the wrong thing to somebody or vice versa?
I think she just wants you to have a nice visit, to go smoothly.
Not if it means avoiding any real progress. Kelly, I worked so hard to come from a darkness that I thought would last forever. That's why I came to visit Landview, to do more work with Dorian, to see if we could resolve some of our old issues. And with you, to give you a sense of
what's made me the way that I am.
I want that too.
But don't you see, Dorian is preventing any opening up. I mentioned the game, and it was as though I burned her with a fire.
You know, I would like to hear about that. What kind of game was it?
It was make-believe. There were a lot of different versions, but the rules remained the same. Dorian was always the wicked queen or the cruel stepmother, and I was Cinderella or Snow White.
Like the heroine.
More like the victim.
Did Dorian hurt you?
No. And that was the strangest thing. I'm still confused to this day. Dorian never once laid a hand on me. She only would pretend to do these terrible things to me.
Well, that is weird.
And she would say, scream, scream. And then she would order me to shriek as if she had hit me or knocked me over. And her face would be this mask of intensity. And I would be so scared of her that I would have to play along.
I don't get it.
Neither do I. And the strangest thing of all would be what she would do next. Every time we'd play a game and she would get caught hurting me, she would never explain. She would allow herself to be punished, even though she'd never hurt me at all. Why would she do something like that?
Maybe it's not as ominous as you think.
Kevin, as soon as the subject was brought up, I practically jumped on Melinda to keep quiet about it.
Maybe because she didn't think that she was stable enough to accurately remember something like a game or anything else for that matter.
Or maybe because the game wasn't all that harmless.
All right, Cassie, let's just say that it was flat out vicious, okay? That still doesn't make it this dark key that you seem to believe that it is. When Joey was a kid, I used to try and make him cry every day. The result being he cried every day. I was brutal. But it was just a phase. Admittedly, a rotten one, but it passed. I mean, take a look at us now. We get along great. You know?
Yeah.
Cassie.
Have you ever really looked around this place?
What do you mean?
Everything in here proves what you just said. You get along great. The jelly jar glasses that are in the cupboard and your camp name tags that are still on the blankets upstairs and even these old board games, everything in here breathes this history of love and trust. My family's games are secret. They're hidden away. Nothing's out in the open.
Cass, my family is far from perfect.
At least you had one. You had a brother and a sister who adored you, and parents who loved and supported you. I barely had any parents, Kevin. My father took me away from my mother right after I was born, and then left me behind. Well, he went to pursue a career. That's my family.
I know that.
Do you know how lucky you are? What makes you the confident, decent, generous man you are is your upbringing. You had a real home. Makes a difference.
I still have my problems.
Yeah, but you know how to love. You know how to give love. You know how to take it in. And that's because you were shown how. I mean, not everybody can say that, Kevin. I can't.
If I were you, I would complain long and loud to the company that rented this yacht to Melodor. That is, of course, if and when we ever make it to the shore.
Well, is there another problem?
Yeah, two problems. Both rather sizable ones, actually.
Really?
No engine keys, ergo, no engine.
Oh.
And the radio is up. So we can neither bring the ship in, nor radio the authorities of our situation.
Well, are you saying we're adrift?
Completely and utterly.
Well, what does that mean, Ian? We're just going to float out of here until we hit the ocean, or what?
Well, no, someone will see that we're adrift and call the Coast Guard. Or perhaps your much-anticipated guests will contact someone when they get to the pier and realize the ship has sailed,
well,
so to speak.
I certainly hope so.
What a dolt. We're saved.
What do you mean?
I have a cell phone. It must be in my overcoat, which is in the cabin. I'll be right back.
Oh, well, Ian, please, you can't leave me out here all by myself.
Then just come with me.
Oh, no, I mean, somebody has to stay out here in case somebody hits us or we smash into something. We've got to stay here and watch.
Don't worry, don't worry. The current isn't very strong. Already put on the running lights, and we're pretty much smack bang in the middle of the channel.
Oh, right.
Things are looking up.
Yeah.
I would say that you have a better chance of catching a cold out here than being a shipwreck victim. So why don't you come in out of the chill?
Well, you know what? I really love this fresh air out here, though.
Suit yourself.
But you know what? Maybe I should go in. No, I'd have a better idea. Why don't you stay out here and watch, you know, hit us or anything, and I will go in and look for your phone, okay?
It's no bother.
Well, for me either.
Wonderful. Then it's something that we can do together. Can't we?
Are you sure you left your phone in the cabin? Ladies first.
More strangers. I could have sworn that I had my cell phone on me when I came on board.
Oh, you know, sometimes I misplace things all the time, but I am so glad tonight isn't one of them.
Your guests?
Well, you're my only guest tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, woo! Woo!
So it seems, now that my cell phone is unavailable.
Oh, well, I'm just so sorry that I cut into your time, your date time with Kelly.
Sure.
No, I am. I mean, you've been so wonderful to the whole family and a good friend to Kelly to help her bring her mother back all the way from California.
I'm glad to help.
Well, were you glad to help me tonight? Well, I have to admit, I mean, as bizarre as this whole situation is, I'm so glad that we got to spend some time together.
Waiting for the Coast Guard.
Yes. You know, I understand why you would have taken a few steps back from me. You got to see me in my absolute worst. That awful night that K.S. mercilessly goaded me, and then she accidentally flew out that window.
Which happened to be closed at the time.
Well, you must have thought I was completely insane. You know, I was insane. I was insane. Fear of losing Star.
You've had a really tough go of things with that Star, haven't you?
Yeah, it's terrible. But that is the way that it is. For now, anyway. But, oh, but I know that you've noticed that once I want something that I usually work pretty hard to get it.
That would be a very difficult to miss.
Would you like some caviar?
Ah, is the sea salty?
Oh, you love caviar?
Oh,
so
yes.
do I, and I always keep it on hand.
Captain, there's nothing normal about my family. And we don't have a family history. We've got a series of mysteries and riddles and blank spots and... Yes, I learned to deal with them the way any insecure kid would. By disassociating. Just splitting away from my true feelings.
That was a long time ago.
Oh, there are some days when I don't know who I am or what I really feel.
Well, see, that's where I come in. Because I do know who you really are. Take right now, for instance. You are this beautiful woman who is about to go outside with me, gather chestnuts by lantern light. Then we're gonna hang out there and act like a couple of fresh air-starved rubes. Then we're gonna come back in here. We're gonna roast the chestnuts, and we're gonna make love until dawn. How do you feel about that?
Like maybe another woman would deserve it more.
It doesn't make sense.
What doesn't make sense is that you're still sitting on that couch and not on your way to the palace. You don't want to be late for Ian, do you?
No. I better go.
Good night, Mother. Have a wonderful time. My best to Ian.
Have fun. I thought we agreed we weren't going to get into it.
Well, that was your imagination, Dorian. In fact, I never agreed. The day that I arrived, I told you how badly I wanted to get through our issues.
We don't have any issues.
We have a past.
Which is over and done with.
Not if we haven't made peace with it.
Oh, please, spare me the psychopath.
You were always so brave and so strong. Don't let fear get the better of you now.
If looking forward instead of backward is your definition of fear, then fine, I am afraid. But I had let myself dwell on every miserable event in my life. I, too, have ended up in an insane asylum.
I'm sorry. You're strong. But be careful. The past has a way of making those strengths a weakness. And if you're afraid...
I am not afraid. I am not afraid of the past or anything else.
Well, neither am I. Not anymore.
Anymore, Dorian. Scrunch up and pretend I pushed you. I hate this game. You know the rules. Lie down. Now scream. Ah! I said scream. Ah! Louder, you know the rules.
Renee? Hi.
Hi, darling.
Had a dinner date with Ian about, 10 minutes ago. Could you buzz his room for me?
Yes, but, I don't think you'll find him there.
What do you mean?
Well, he left the hotel earlier. He hasn't returned since.
Well, did he say where he went?
I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings. I think he went to meet Blair.
Voila! Just enough caviar for two.
Well, that's just as well, because caviar should never be eaten alone.
Well, we are definitely not alone. Tell you what, why don't you open this?
Okay.
And I picked up a wonderful CD that you are absolutely going to love.
Okay. This is the Big Easy Trio.
You know this group?
Yeah, they're from New Orleans. Me and my mother's family is from New Orleans. How do you know these guys?
Oh, I love them. I'm such a big fan of theirs. They're my absolute favorite. So, here we are.
Still.
Yes. And still, good friends. It's a very, very good feeling. You know, Ian, it would be such a shame to lose contact when we have so much in common, right down to our taste in music.
You may have a point. I think I should go hop up on the deck and make sure everything's all right.
Well, what about the caviar?
Well, for one thing, there's nothing to spread it with, so I'll just run into the galley and find a knife or a spoon. Beg your pardon?
Well, see, we have a spoon. Spoon right here.
Can't use that with caviar. I mean, it's silver. It'll tarnish. I'll just hop in the galley and...
These chestnuts have been gathered and roasted. So when do we get to the making love all night part?
Now. Company, I don't believe this.
What are you two doing here?
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.